Alright guys, what's up? It is September 12th, a day after 9/11, and I just want to say hi. I haven't done this in like 2 weeks, so yeah, I figured it was about time. But anyways, Texas is great. I love it. It's actually really nice out today. It's kind of been kind of crappy this week. It rained on like Wednesday and Tuesday. And now we're getting the hurricane this weekend. Woohoo! Hurricane Ike. So that should be lots of fun because apparently it's supposed to rain a bunch. But anyways, have a few new things to tell you guys about. Well, not necessarily. Well, yeah, they are kind of new. First thing is I figured out what the shenanigans were with like my professors. I had mentioned that like I didn't know if they were actually doctors, what the deal was. Well, I found out that my French professor is actually professor. My international human rights class teacher is actually a professor, a doctorate. My astronomy lab lady is a lecturer. That is her title. And then my social research instructor is like a fellow or something like that. So she's not like a real professor. I don't even know if she's a doctorate. And then there's also this other instructor that I have for sociology of work. And I don't know really what she is. She's actually not even in the system, which just seems kind of shady to me, because I tried to look her up like, on the directory. She doesn't exist. So I don't know what the deal is with that, but she's really cool. She's this, like, short, little black woman, and she's really funny. And she makes me laugh, especially while I have Thursday night class, which is much needed. I can't talk. Other than that, I wanted to tell you guys about the situation that I ran into the other day in my social research class. And, like, I don't know if this is going to be a big deal for anyone else, but it was a big deal for me because I was just blown away. We were talking about, like, just different, like ethical things with sociology and that kind of thing. And we talked about the Stanley Milgram experiment, which most of you guys, at least I think everyone knows this, about there was a psychologist who did this research study where he brought in people and basically had them agree to do, I don't exactly know exactly what he like tricked them into doing, but basically they had to like give quiz questions to this other person that was also signed up, which really wasn't actually a signed up person, it was actually an actor. But they had to like give quiz questions, and for every one that the person got wrong, they had to shock them, and then they would go like all the way up until basically like the person like died, and like everything was like recorded, like nothing, like it was all fake. And I'm pretty sure everyone knows this. But when I was in my social research class, which is technically a 4,000 level class, which means it's all seniors, at least it's supposed to be all seniors, I was amazed that she had to explain it to the class. Like, people were shocked. They were horrified. They were like, are you kidding? They actually did that? Yes, they actually did that. Where the hell have you been for the past how many years of your life? I learned that when I was a senior in high school. Like, I was like, how do you get to be a sociology major in your 4th year and have never heard of the Stanley Milgram experiment? I mean, I understand that that's technically like a psychological research study, but it does have a lot of sociology ties to it, and I was just, I was mortified, to say the least. But yeah, so if you don't know about the Milgram experiment, you should, and you should do some research on it. Milgram, Milgram. Look it up. It's pretty cool. Also, I had my first ride on the bus, the UNT bus system, which is actually the first bus I've ever ridden on because I've never ridden on the Panther shuttle before. Shit! Wrong bus. Hold on just a second. Here it is. At least the first campus bus I've ever ridden on. It was interesting. I sat in the back of the bus, actually, in the very back of the bus, where there was this AC unit that every time we turned, the bus turned, it would like leak water, which was all kinds of exciting in the morning. I just love being woken up by a splash of water in my face. But yeah, that was fun. But I mean, it's a campus bus system. I didn't expect much, so I really wasn't that like shooken up about it or anything. Also, another thing that I was going to say, one thing that I think is really funny, like, I know, like, going green is like really, really, really trendy. Like everyone's like, oh, go green, you know, like recycle, blah, 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 blah. Well, here at UNT, the school colors are green and white. Everything says go green on it, and they're not necessarily talking about go Eagles. It's ridiculous. Like, they have signs, like, in the grass that's like, go green, don't walk on the grass. Really? Really? I don't know. Everything is either school spirit or environmentally friendly, or both. Actually, most things are both, to be completely honest with you. There's, like, recycling receptacles everywhere on campus, like, in classrooms, like, they're all about it. So seriously, someone took going green way to the extreme at University of North Texas, which I just think is really funny, because you can't do that at UNI. Go purple? What? No. And then also, one thing that I just know that all my friends back in Iowa would just die about if they knew. So I'm going to tell you. Should it really surprise anyone that, once again, I got cut off? Well, sort of. They told me that YouTube won't let me put on a video longer than 10 minutes. So, alas, I'm gonna be like a soap opera and, you know, be like, ooh, I bet I'll just leave you wondering what exactly I was going to say, and now you'll have to watch the next episode to see what happens. As you can see, the hurricane is going on in the background. That's Houston. It's really bad in Houston, apparently. However, I'm rather numb to all of this for the reason of the fact that I saw the Iowa floods, which I think were much worse. But I could be wrong. Anyways, yeah. Watch Burning Up, episode 4.2, if you want to find out what happened.